Hello and welcome. Today we are going over ways to hold your yarn. This is probably one of the biggest questions I get when people are starting is how to hold your yarn because tension is so important in crochet. So I'm going to show you, so I'm going to chain 2 first here. I'm going to show you with some double crochets on my little sample here. So I hold my yarn very unconventionally. It's not a way that a lot of people do. I hold it like a knitter does. So I hold it between. I learned how to knit before I learned how to crochet, and they said this is like a sign that you knew how to knit first. So when I work with my yarn, I pinch my yarn between my fingers instead of using like any sort of anchor. So I gotta slow down a little bit for you guys here. So I literally that's just how I do it. I don't even think about it anymore. But I literally just keep it pinched between my fingers and I control the tension that way. But that, like I said, this is a sign that I was a knitter first, but crochet does have my heart. So that is how I personally hold my tension a majority of the time. So I'm gonna finish up this row for you so I can show you the next method. So for the next method, I'm gonna show you how to like traditionally hold your yarn while you're crocheting. I do use my pinky as an anchor because otherwise I can't get the right tension. This is something that I saw in a video once and it's helped me ever since. But I wrap my yarn around my pinky, so like that, and then you're laying it over your pointer finger. And then you're using your pointer finger to kind of pull that yarn out from where your pinky is. So my tension is going to be a lot looser because I don't use this method as much. You can tell I'm kind of not used to it. But the idea is that you're more so using your hook and that your finger is just releasing the thread, the yarn. So go down, grab it, but my finger on my left hand is not doing a ton of work. Honestly, this would probably save my wrist a lot of work, but I just crochet a lot faster the other way. But like I said, I'm using my pinky as an anchor. And so when I'm going, I just lay it over my pinky, over, and then lay it over my finger. So you can see kind of how that's holding everything together. And like I said, this is a lot looser because I am not used to doing it this way. It's not something I typically do. So you can see that one came out really, really wide. See, I'm not very good releasing the yarn with my finger. However, that is the traditional way to hold the yarn, and just having it on your pinky kind of helps with releasing it. But I will finish up this row and I will show you the next method. So my next method here, this is probably the one I recommend the most for beginners, is to use a tension ring. So this is one that I got off Etsy. It's custom made, very pretty. You can tell my favorite color is purple. Some people have ones that look like peacocks or like cats, but it'll hold their yarn and their tension. So what you do is you'll put it on your pointer finger and you'll feed your yarn through, and what it's going to do is it's going to hold your tension for you. So mine is adjustable and most of them are, but I always put mine a little bit tighter because I like my tighter. Oh, gotta chain first. And 2. It is slightly too tight right now, but it will control your tension for you. Technical difficulties. So that you can just feed the yarn and that you don't have to worry. And like I said, holding it this way just makes your hook do a little bit more work. So your right hand, if you're right-handed, will do more work. Honestly, it saves your wrist in the long run, especially because you're technically doing less motion. But I do highly recommend a tension ring for beginners. because it will help hold that yarn and your tension for you. Will help you practice your stitches that way. But that is 3 methods that you can use to hold your yarn. You will get a different tension depending on which way you do it. Like you can see I have a tighter one here, very loose when I use my pinky to anchor, and then I have somewhere in between when I use my crochet ring here. So it's all personal preference. If you're making a wearable, make sure that you gauge swatch for whichever one that you're doing. The longer that you crochet, the more you will have a preference. Happy crocheting, and I hope this helped.